Hello, Sarangees. Welcome to Chasing K-Dramas, the podcast that dissects popular Korean dramas episode by episode. We dig into the characters, themes, and everything in between. I'm Chrissy, Choi, and I'm here with my co-host,
Dulcé, Sloan. Bum 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 bum. Bing 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 bing. Ding 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 ding. Me. So listen, we're still on our road to 10,000 Sarangees because Chrissy has what? Goals. Still not as long as it
Did
could
you like
be,
that?
Yeah. Come on, trying to get the harmonies together, right? And so, be sure to hit subscribe on the YouTubes and tell all your friends and other K-drama addicts about us. And follow and leave us a review on the Apples and the Spotifys. And be sure to join our official fan club, Club Sarangees on Substack. That is chasingkdramas.substack.com, where you can get bonus content and read our newsletter for $6 a month. And don't forget to give us a call on our Sarangee hotline. There we go, at 213-632-6865, and drop your questions and comments, and you might get featured on the show. So, Chrissy Ann, how you doing? How's the World Cup? How are the colonizers doing? Are they winning games?
Yes, everyone's winning games. So top four that are playing that are all the top four teams at the moment are all former colonizers
Or current
colonizers. Every single one. So today was Spain versus France, and France got cooked. That was pretty wild. I was expecting a little bit more because it's kind of fun now, because if you have like really good teams playing, it's a good game, one would think. But I don't know what was happening. I don't know what was happening with
Isn't
the
France
French
the one
team.
that gets hurt and be all dramatic all the time?
They are all very dramatic. I love watching the dramatics. It's like, we'd be great. I'd be great at that sport. I would just be on the floor. My favorite is when they so that one kid from, oh my God, which game was it? There's so many games. The other day, the last game, I forget which country, but a kid, he thought he was going to get hurt. He thought he was going to get fouled, so he dove, and he ended up getting a red card, and he got kicked out of the game. But it was wild. I was like, what is happening? But he got kicked out, and he cried. He was crying as he got kicked out of the game, because if you get the red card, you can't play anymore. So like for the rest of the World Cup.
Oh, I thought it was just like one or two games.
Yes, because right now they're in like the semifinals. He wouldn't be. I don't think even that team made it. I'm like confusing the teams. I forget which team it was, but I don't think they made it to the next round.
In your defense, it's the whole world. So, according to Yako from Animaniacs, there's a lot of countries in the whole world. So, because he named.
By the way, I love the Animaniacs. That was one of my favorite shows of all time.
It was very funny, but what people don't ever talk about is the show Freakazoid, because that show was absolutely ridiculous. It was also on like WB Kids or Kids WB or whatever.
Freakazoid, I don't remember
Yes,
that.
he was a superhero. He was blue, and so the show was absolutely ridiculous. But it was like, yes,
Steven Spielberg presents Freakazoid.
Yep, and then Steven Spielberg also presented like Tiny Toons. I don't know why Steven Spielberg really got into cartoons.
He created it. Oh my God, it was created by Bruce Timm. So the Bruce Timm is the creator of Batman. That is crazy, of the animated series.
The show is very silly. I remember that there was like these kids sitting around a campfire, and they were trying to tell each other scary stories. And it was like, so there was this kid, and he was looking for something, but he went into his backpack to find it, but he couldn't find it because it had turned to wood. Ah! And I was like, how is this scary? It's the silliest, stupidest show.
Love it. Love kid shows.
And then I've got some.
For correction, sorry. It was Switzerland. Who got kicked out of the red card. That poor kid, he was like sobbing. It was bad. Anyways, go ahead.
Oh, no. I guess his acting classes should have been, he should take more improv. You know what I mean? Obviously, no one believed him. So I've got some stand-up gigs coming up. And I'm going to be at the Punchline in Houston, July 23rd to the 25th. And then I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona with Tiffany Haddish on July 31st to August the 2nd.
Nice.
And then I'm going to be in Minneapolis August the 14th for Gallery Labs. I'm going to be doing a show at an art gallery. then I have a show in St. Louis on August the 21st, and then I'm going to be in Concord, New Hampshire, and Portsmouth, New Hampshire, at August the 29th and the 30th. Or I can announce it. So me and another comedian, my friend Camille, who you met at my birthday.
Yes.
We are starting a bi-weekly comedy show in LA called Just Pull Up.
Okay.
And
you want people to pull up?
Pull up. Absolutely. Come pull up. And so it is a comedy show that showcases like black comedians, but all kinds of black comedians. So like black comedians that do like urban rooms, mainstream rooms, alt rooms. And it's inspired by Baron Vaughn and Open Mike Eagle's New Negro show.
Okay.
And so, because I was like, I remember how great going to that show was that Baron would do, because I think we do it at UCB Franklin. So it's going to be like 5 comics every night. And then we're also going to have a little segment called "Now for Something That Doesn't Make Sense." So it's going to be like a fun, silly thing. And then you remember I was saying like those mystery bags? Those mystery bag things that I'll watch on TikTok that make absolutely...
Oh my God, you're going to do it. You're going to do a live version?
So I'm going to do a black ass mystery bag. And so...
Oh, that's cute. That's very clever.
We're going to put a set of dice. And then if you roll 7, you can pull 7 mystery bags. And inside of them will be like different things from like just little black culture things, like a pick or like a loose cigarette, hair care product, bamboo earrings, a fake gold chain. But there's also be like whammies where it's like you can get another bag if you pull it, like, hey, you got your tax refund. Or on some, it's like, oh, Maury. And so now you got to roll to see if you're the father. And if you are, you got to give us half of the stuff back because you got to pay your child support. But the first show is September the 8th. It's on a Tuesday at 7:30 at the Hollywood Improv, friend of the pod.
We are very excited because we're talking about episode 13, and I swear to God, this is the show I was watching yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot how good it was. Like, it's so good. Like, every time I like always say the same thing. I'm like, it's so good. It's so good. It's really freaking good. And I'm so glad I'm watching it for the second time, just because there's just so many nuggets. But anyways, episode 13, it's getting wilder. We see the aftermath of Dong-eun's brutal public takedown of Sa-ra and Yeon-jin. Yeon-jin remains defiant as she lies to Do-young's lawyers, while Sa-ra yells at the police and is thrown in jail. Hye-jeong shares with Jae-joon the secret Myeong-oh recording, which makes him want to marry her. Okay.
Which...
we gotta... There's so much to talk about.
Girl!
I know. So much to talk about. Hyun-nam's husband continues following Yeon-jin's mom, forcing her to take action by asking her shaman for help. Yeo-jeong decides to apply for a job at the prison where his dad's murderer is serving. Yeon-jin's bad luck continues as she has a very, very spicy confrontation with Hae-jeong, and she gets blackmailed by her police officer Ajushi, who reveals Myeong-oh's body has not been buried. And then our grand finale, Dong-eun has a heated showdown with her psychotic mom, and her mom actually burns the apartment down. This series is banana.
Here's my thing. When you was sitting up writing this shit, like when the person, like when you were sitting up typing this into the computer.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder if this person sits back and goes, is that too much? Nah, that's not too much. Like, it's just like, oh, wait, set the apartment on fire. What they gonna do? It's my TV show. Like, it's so much. And then, but you knew that Sa-ra really lost it when God.
When did she lose it? Finish your thought.
It just keeps getting more and more goofy. Like, that's the thing. It's just like, it keeps, because it's like at a certain point, it's just like, remember that show I told you I had to stop watching because it started getting too ridiculous?
Was it a K-drama or a regular show?
It was a K-drama, but it was the one where like the guy, like, I can't remember the name of it right now because I just stopped watching because it was too much. But like you said, it was like it was probably like 2011 when it came out. But there was like, it was still like a modern day. It was like they still had a monarchy, and he married that girl because he couldn't marry the woman that he actually wanted to marry.
Oh, the one with Changnara. It was the Bakjang one. Oh, it's on Netflix now.
Yes.
The Last Dynasty something?
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
But she fell off the scissor lift that she was on for the I was like, this show is too wild.
The Last Empress. The Last Empress. Yes.
I should have known better when in the second episode, the queen tried to put the mistress, not even the mistress, tried to have her poured into a block of concrete. And then Debbie Mama had to show up and be like, no. But then she was like, don't be with the king. And the girl was like, okay. And then she keeps sleeping with the king. And then big dude lost all this weight but got shot in the head. And I'm like, what
is happening?
It's too. And so this is what I feel. What's the word? Makjang? What is it?
Makjang.
Makjang.
This is like elevated makjang. You know, it's smart makjang, but it's makjang. Yeah,
still makjang. Like we have to. I was sitting there going like, because at one point I went, girl. Like anytime you go, girl, it's too silly. Because was Sa-ra blonde as of this point, or she wasn't blonde yet?
She wasn't. I think does she dye her hair to escape the country? There's a line where Hae-jong's like, you're trying to look like a blonde lady while you escape. It was funny. Okay.
Yes. And so like the opening scene,
yes,
Sa-ra and Yeon-jin, and it's just like they are trending on social media. But I thought this whole scenario was pretty genius because I could not figure out if Dong-eun set it up to where Sa-ra would turn on Yeon-jin, or did they just happen, or both scandals just happen to hit at the same time.
Oh, that part. Yeah. So you're talking about the part later, right? Where I think it's Hae-jong shows up and she's like, by the way, Yeon-jin and her team, they're releasing all this stuff, the tax stuff against you. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a coinkydink or if that's like Dong-eun expecting this to happen. Right. I mean, I would think at this point there's no coincidences in this drama. Clearly it's all masterminded by Dong-eun, so maybe it was Dong-eun. So the ladies start like trying to escape, right? So you have Yeon-jin. This made me real sad. Yeon-jin has nowhere to go because her mama ain't picking up her phone call and is refusing to pick her up, which is wild. She goes to the shaman's house and she apparently showed up wet and like sad, and she's like falling asleep. So Toyoung has to come pick her up, right? So they're going back, and at this moment, Yeon-jin is trying to figure out whether Toyoung likes her or not, or like she's trying to figure out his state of mind when it comes to their relationship, right? But then he says that for him, all that matters is that the company's stock prices are going down. It's plummeting, so we need to raise that. So he's like, we're going straight to the office and you're going to talk to my lawyers.
Yep.
And there was a moment here which was interesting where you can kind of tell she was a little bit hopeful because he didn't outright say, I think she asked him, hey, do you still like, do you want, are you going to still stay with me? And he's like, I don't know. And almost when she was asking that question, I felt like she was like hopeful that he was willing to say like, actually, no, I'm going to stick by you. I'm going to stay by your side through all of this. And he doesn't do it. He's just very like, his reaction, it's a transactional relationship to him.
Right.
But
it's also been transactional for her as well. So like,
I know.
It's odd that she's expecting loyalty from someone that the entire time she's had a transactional relationship with.
Yeah.
And I feel like as long as it was transactional on her terms, everything was fine. And it's like, my husband loves me and I can do what I want. And then as soon as you realize, oh, this is also transactional for him as well. And it's like, well, I'm your wife and you cheated on me. And he's like, bitch, how dare you?
Yeah.
Look me in my face and say this kind of nonsense. So yeah, it's very wild. But like he said, she is selfish. And that shows you how selfish she is, that she expected loyalty from him even after she got caught cheating on him.
Yeah. And it's almost kind of like when she's asking him this question, it almost seems like she was hoping that he loved her like the way Jae-joon loves her, right? Because the whole thing with Jae-joon was like, I'm your person because I love you for everything, for all of you. All the good, all the bad. And here you have this man who sees the bad and he's just like, you know what? My priority is my daughter and my company. And I was like, okay.
But the bad in her has never affected Jae-joon's business. The bad in her is messing up this man's reputation.
Well, and then now we see Jae-joon too later in the episode, right? He kind of changes too, so it's fascinating. But listen, she's having a bad month. Okay,
She's having a bad time right now.
she's having a bad time. Okay, so then we jump. I mean, this part we can go quickly. So, like, Yeo-jeong is treating Dong-eun's wound, and then I'm sorry that the tent. Did you notice the tent on the second floor? I hate the fact that she's like coming out of her little tent. I was like, stop it. Just take a room. It made me laugh. She doesn't even have a room. She's in the second floor, like,
I don't
the foyer, whatever
even
area.
understand the point of this tent. I don't understand why this tent is even in the show. I don't get it. I don't understand why she won't just stay in a room in this man's house.
I know. Okay, so then we jump. Yeon-jin is meeting with the lawyers, okay? And oh my God, okay. Basically, she asks the lawyers are like, hey, can you go through this? Is this true? So they're reading that statement that was released, right? Can you mark the things that are true, that aren't true? We got to get ahead of this. She's like, do you guys have evidence against me? Like, do you have anything that's like solid? And they're like, no. And she goes, well, if that's the case, then y'all should just let it go. We shouldn't make a big stink about this. I know the public, you guys don't. And the way she's saying it, it's like they're kind of befuddled. They're like, wait, you're saying you didn't do this? Because it's so freaking obvious to everyone that she did it, right?
That they're the person they're talking about. It's like, well, yeah, can you prove that this is me? And everyone's like, it's very obvious that this is you.
And then the way her attitude, like, it's just she's so defiant and she's so like, God, I hate her. I wanted to slap her in this scene. And you see To-young's face and he's just like, also like, just kind of disgusted with her. Like, who does this? You know what I mean?
Because it's like, it's
awful.
Because she's never going to admit that she did anything wrong because she doesn't think she did anything wrong. And when you're dealing with someone, the only way you're going to get somebody to admit that they did something wrong is if they think they did something wrong. If they don't think they did something wrong, they're never going to admit to anything because it's like, well, I didn't do anything. I was listening to a conversation with somebody and I was just like, I just want you to admit these things. And it's like, well, I don't know what you want me to say. I just told you I want you to admit the things that you did. And it's just like, well, if you don't think you're not going to admit to anything. It's like, I'm not going to admit to that because I didn't do anything. Like, it's okay. My drag. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm the ridiculous person right here.
It's just the gall, the utter gall. I don't know, but what do you think? Do you think he's like, at this point, do you think To-young's decided whether to stay or leave at this moment?
I think the status of his company is how he'll decide whether or not to leave her. I think if his business is affected significantly, that'll decide whether or not he leaves her or not.
This man's on drugs. And her mom, what do we think? Do we think her mommy abandoned her?
No, I think her mom just has other fish to fry. I think her mom
is getting stopped.
Busy right now trying to deal with her other issue. So she's like, I can't deal with this new issue when I'm dealing with your old issue.
She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like trying to cover her tracks right now because also if I'm her mom, I'd be like, at this point, you're on your own, bud. Like, there's too much.
You did all of these
You're killing
things.
all these people. You're like, you're a monster.
Girl, it's like I can only pay off so many people. I've been paying off this police officer, Ajushi, since like 2011. Like, come on. How much money do you think I have? This man's got a whole house in New Zealand because of you.
Oh, God. Okay, then Sa-ra. Oh, God. What a piece of work, too. The way she is screaming at those cars. She's telling her dad, she's like, you only brought 2 lawyers? You need 5. Like, go get 5. And I'm like, girl, like, you're not. The entire world saw you masturbating and doing drugs. Like, come on.
Which
I'd be in a court. I'd be like digging a hole.
But like that thing where I was like, why is she, girl, what? So it's just like, but again, I don't know nothing about drugs. So I don't know if that's even a true thing, but it's just like, what's the best way, what's the wildest scenario this young lady could be in, because she was always known for like getting high and hooking up with people. So I guess if she's high by herself, she has to figure it out by herself. But her like yelling at her dad, because honestly it's like I'm surprised the dad just didn't abandon her either.
I know. I thought he would, because in that last episode, he was yelling and he was just like, got to get a grip, right?
And she's like, I want to go to Amsterdam where everything's legal. He's like, you're not going to Amsterdam
where drugs. I can't.
Because you'll probably die.
I know. Well, that's
from an overdose.
Like drugs it's no joke. I mean, I'm surprised she's even functioning so well. I mean, she's not really functioning, but you know what I mean. Like,
some people have different constitutions, because I can barely handle being like really, really drunk.
Oh yeah, or like hungover the next day. Like I can't. I hate that feeling.
There's feeling. I was like, I won't do this, so I don't feel like that. Like I'll make sure. I'm like, just trying to keep my day right.
Yeah.
Keep my life holy.
Like poo.
No, and I don't want to feel like trash tomorrow. So let me drink some water or eat some food with this. While I have this alcohol. That's why I started drinking soju all the time, because I've never had a hangover from soju.
Oh, well, I have. But, okay. So then we jump, okay? Jae-joon goes back to the young kid.
The tech guy. And he tells him he can't recover the footage because there isn't any, because there's nothing on the hard drive. Which, honestly, shout out to her.
She's smart.
Shout out to her.
She knows how to be conniving. She is brilliant.
She's very trifling. You don't have to. You don't have to delete footage on an empty hard drive.
Nope. She just swapped it out. Smart girl. Okay.
And then what'd you do with the other one? She tossed it into the Han River.
The Han River, along with like whatever. It was Myeong-oh's phone, right?
Myeong-oh's phone, everything else. Hae-jeong's titties, everybody's going into the Han River. Okay,
so then Hae-jeong texts Jae-joon to be like, I have something to show you. Okay, so my God, this scene, this is when it gets like a little makjang-y and like over the top. I think for like shock value for a K-drama, right? So Jae-joon invites Hae-jeong over, and of course he is in his bathtub. He loves his bathroom because that's where he does all of his planning, and he's in a robe, right? And then she plays the recording, right?
Which is 20 minutes long. So they're just standing there for 20 minutes listening to this?
I think she fast forwarded to like the juicy part, or no, maybe not, because at the end he's like, hey, started from the beginning.
And she's like, that's all there is.
And this was pretty clever, right? He's like, wait, go back. And you hear Myeong-oh when he first got to Siesta, he's like going through the alcohol bottles to figure out what he wants to drink, and he's like calling the names out. And then of course Jae-joon, because he's also when it comes to the scheming side, he's smart. He's like, that's the alcohol that I bought. Okay, it's my alcohol. So then he puts two and two together that this is happening in Siesta, right? And then you also hear, obviously, Yeon-jin's voice. So he's like, ding, 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 ding. This is why she tried to cover up, right? Cover up and switch the hard drive. So he realizes at this moment that she's the one that killed Myeong-oh. That's what he's guessing, right? Or like responsible for the disappearance, right? And then this part got real stupid. Then he turns to Yeo-jeong and he's like, hey, how do you feel about taking care of raising an 8-year-old? And she's like, huh?
Well, because Yeon-jin's finna go to jail.
Yes.
For killing Myeong-oh.
Yeah.
I guess he's acting like To-young doesn't exist and isn't her legal parent.
Of course.
But because even a paternity test, he still has a legal parent. So we still have to, so that's fine. But like, I also don't understand why he needed to propose to her at all.
I think my gut says he knows that she killed him because he knows she killed Sohee because he was her alibi back in the day, right? When they're younger.
Right.
So I think he's already gotten, he's gone a couple steps ahead where he's like, you know what? I think she did it. I don't want anything to do with this because I'm not going to, I love her, but she's a murderer and I'm not going to deal with this. And now the difference is that he has a daughter. So the daughter, for To-young, the daughter is his priority. So he's trying to figure out, okay, I need to make the best out of this and create a happy home.
I need to create a home.
But he wants Hae-jeong, okay, because I guess in his eyes, maybe he needs someone who's obsessed with him, who's willing, because I guess in a weird way, if he marries her, he's going to control her because he treats her like shit. He's treated her horribly and she's still like, sure, I'll marry you. And she gets all excited. And then this is when he tells her that Yeo-jeong is his daughter. And she's like, oh, well, she's like, of course we have to bring your bloodline. Of course we have to take care of her. She's your bloodline, Wild.
But also it's Hae-jeong, I also know that he's Hae-jeong wants to marry rich.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so it's also, he also needs someone that's I know she can keep a secret. She's kept secrets over the years because we all know what happened to Sohee. And it could have been you, but it wasn't. So it's it's to have her, it's you can control her.
Yeah.
She's obsessed with you. You know that she'll do anything to stop being on that plane.
She doesn't want to be a flight attendant no more.
And that, it's how you get your rich husband. You do make sure you're doing for first class because, hey, if it's 3 seats on the one side and 3 seats on the other, girl.
And then at the very end, this was just wild. She takes her clothes off and joins him in the bathtub, and I was like, oh my god!
But he also got completely undressed. Completely undressed in front of her and got into the tub, and it's like,
Park Sung-woon has a nice body too. I think they all worked out for this, or maybe his abs were CGI because they CGI her boobs in the later scene. Fun
CGI
fact.
boobs is hilarious, but I've also seen when they would re-edit movies for TV, and if there were nude scenes, they would put underwear on actors. Just sometimes you see a movie and it's just wait a minute, in the theater where titties was out, it's nope, this is on TBS. They put a bra on her. It is 3:30 on a Sunday. She's wearing a bra now. Same concept.
You know what's so funny? There's a behind the scenes of Royal Nemesis. The gratuitous shower scene with Hyun-nam. So right before they film, his trainer was there, and he's pumping iron to get them, I guess, to
get your muscles. I was doing a play.
I don't even know how to what's the word? Get them swollen? I don't know.
It's to get the muscles to pop.
Inflate them?
He has to get the muscles to pop. So I can't remember what play I was doing. This was years ago. I was a stage meeting or something. But it was one of the guys, there was a shirtless scene in this play. So before the scene, you would just see him doing crunches and push-ups and all this other stuff. So when he comes out, it's he's kind of shiny. Oh, the muscles is popping. So yeah, this is I've never been asked to do any of those things.
Could you imagine? You're for this role, you must pump iron before a shower scene. Sure.
Because what was it called back in the day? Chocolate abs, because the abs were broken up like a chocolate bar.
Chocolate pieces, yes.
Yes.
So funny. This scene. Okay, so do you think I'm actually kind of surprised that Jae-joon is doing this to Yeon-jin because I really thought he liked her. So this was a bit out of character. I thought he was going to be her ride and die. Her one, because again, the goal for Dong-eun was to get rid of everyone around her, right? I felt like he was the ride and die,
After that fist fight between the two of them, I was just oh, they're going to end up together. She's going to find a way to take the baby. If his goal is to have this daughter, to have this family with her, and now she is a murderer, because it's going to come out.
Yeah.
And also it happened at his business. So it's just he could also be considered an accessory because it happened at his business. So it's he has to get as far away from this as he possibly can. And also, who is he going to, because it's for him to get custody, he has to have a home life established because he already did a whole nursery for her. But it's like, who is he gonna marry? The redheaded lady who he jacked up in the tub?
Maybe, or he'll find another wife. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. They're freaks, absolute freaks. Okay, so then we go to the scene where Hyun-nam's husband is like literally following Yeon-jin's mom, but makes it known. He follows her to her house, walks by her, makes eye contact, and this poor lady is just shaking in her boots. And I'm like, well, shouldn't have done bad stuff, lady. This is what you get.
I also thought that was a very stupid move.
On for
on
the husband
his part.
yeah,
Yes.
I know, what an idiot.
Why would you let yourself be known?
I know.
If you know her daughter killed 2 people, you think you can't be the third?
No, man, that alcohol has gotten to it's addled his brain. But yeah, and he tells her that, oh, your daughter not only killed 1 person, she killed 2 people. So she's reading that and she's like, what? And then she's like, who's the second person?
And she don't know that her daughter killed a second person.
No.
Because she only called. So wait, you don't think police Ajushi told the mom about Myeong-oh?
Oh, plot hole. Why wouldn't he say anything?
Why wouldn't he say anything?
Well, maybe he's avoiding her because she's just all about, she's been like kind of being mean to him. But that's an odd thing because the timelines really don't work.
What you mean?
The timeline doesn't work, meaning like he should have told her. Like she didn't start getting followed by Hyun-nam's husband and she wasn't like freaking out. Like this all happened before, so he should have been in communication with her. You know?
I think she knows that Yeon-jin killed Myeong-oh. I think she knows that.
She knows?
I think she knows
like
because
she was like, oh, you know?
I think she's more shocked that this man knows it. Because originally it was just like, your daughter killed somebody. And it's like, yeah, I know my daughter killed somebody. I'm paying for it. It's like, your daughter killed 2 people. Like, how do they know she killed 2 people? So the next thing we've got is Dong-eun confronts, please tell me the right way to say this.
It's Gyeong-ran. Gyeong-ran. It's a hard name. Gyeong-ran.
Okay.
Yeah, Gyeong-ran.
So Jae-joon's store manager and another victim of the bullying gang.
Yep.
And so we flash back to high school.
Yeah.
And she is also getting burned.
Yeah, she's about to get burned with the iron. They're like, well, she did. I think we see. Remember at once.
She has a little thing.
She has a little thing. Yeah,
it's not as bad as Dong-eun, but they did get her.
They got her, and then they're about to burn her again. But then that's that scene. Remember when Dong-eun comes back and like confronts them, and she's like, "I'm gonna get you," you know.
And her tiny, also cutest little girl, and shows up in her, factory outfit,
like with the scarf up to
being like, I hope you're happy because I dream about you. And she's like, of course you do. She's like, no, I dream about you. She's like, oh. And it's and I love that
then
she should have listened. And I love that Dong-eun tells her that she knows she recognized her. And she asks, I love this, and she asked her why she didn't tell Yeon-jin when she saw her.
So she's talking about the scene in the very beginning when she comes to Siesta and she sees Myeong-oh. So that's when Gyeong-ran saw her for the first time. But yes, that's a good question. She didn't say anything. She recognized her right away. And she didn't say anything. She was like,
honestly, there's no reason for her to say anything.
I know.
Because if they both got bullied, then what is the point of warning Yeon-jin that Dong-eun is meeting up with Myeong-oh?
There isn't. And I think she's always been, I mean, if we want to talk about Stockholm Syndrome, I think this gal is the one who has that because, she's basically another lackey for all of them. She works at the store. She's, I'm sure she's getting paid, but she's Jae-joon's lackey. She's also like dressing Yeon-jin all the time. So you would think, I guess, if she really did have Stockholm Syndrome, then she would probably tell Yeon-jin. So I think the writers are trying to point out that she's not completely, like, we don't know what her intention is. We don't know if she's like good, not good or bad, but like if she's on their side or not. We still don't know. You know what I mean?
And we know
because at this point she knows a lot and she's keeping a lot to herself.
What we do know is that she could not afford to leave the neighborhood. That's what we do know.
Oh yeah, because she's in that. She's like in the. It's like the same like. It's like the same thing at the that Saudi stayed at the in my royal nemesis.
So Dong-eun reveals that she knows everything about Siesta and that Myeong-oh's dead, and she asks Kyung-nan not to get in her way.
Yes.
And she's like, no matter what, you gotta stay quiet. And just be quiet.
This part was interesting. The fact that she says to her, it needs to be Yeon-jin who killed Myeong-oh. Because she says it specifically. So I thought that was really weird the way she said that. She basically was like, I know Myeong-oh's dead, but we need to make sure that it's Yeon-jin who killed him, is basically what she's saying. So.
Meaning that no one else can take credit for this.
Yeah. And we don't know who really did it, I guess, is the insinuation.
Right.
So this was a revenge receipt. Her, like basically, I guess revenge receipt wise, Gyeong-ran has a lot of revenge receipts that she could like release.
Right.
Like she has a lot.
Because as of this point, we have seen that Kyung-nan has the bottle in her closet, right? We've seen that.
Yep. We've
so
seen that.
we know she has the evidence. Dong-eun doesn't know she has the evidence.
No.
But we know
Dong-eun
she
doesn't.
has the evidence.
Yep.
So the fact that she came to her and was like, hey, don't do nothing is interesting because it's like, but she got the bottle.
Gyeong-ran is going to play a part in this, clearly.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's fascinating. I think one of the things I love about this drama is how complex everything is. There's layers upon layers of things. So you think it's one way, right? You just think like, oh, Yeon-jin killed him with the bottle. But then you're like, oh, but then actually, guys, Kyung-ran was there. She witnessed, and we don't know now, right? Because knowing the way the story is written, there's going to be something else on top of that, right? That had happened that we have to we're going to uncover eventually.
So what you're saying, it was Yeon-jin with the liquor bottle at the dressing room at Siesta. That's what we're saying. In this game of Clue,
yeah,
that's how this is all set up.
Okay. Then Yeo-jeong. So Yeo-jeong takes a big part of this episode, actually. Like his storyline kind of expands a bit more. So we noticed that his friend comes to his doctor's office with this work experience certificate. I'm assuming that's being used if you want to get a new job. It's
Right.
part of your resume, right? So the friend's like, I don't know why you want to leave this job. Like, what do you mean? It's so cushy,
Yeah,
And
you
then
only have a plastic surgery practice.
Yeah, making a ton of money in a nice neighborhood. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why do you want to leave? But this part was interesting. They go get food, and I was like, why are we taking this detour, watching these guys eat meat? But the reason I think they do this is to show us as the audience that Yeo-jeong is just anyone, Yeo-jeong from the outside is so happy. He's happy. He's the rich boy who's easygoing. He jokes. He's all of this. But then deep down inside, it's like he's a tortured individual who has a collection of knives and imagines killing people. So I think it's kind of highlighting the duality, his duality. The more and more I watch this, I think, again, the first time around, I guess maybe I wasn't paying attention as much. And for this, we're watching because we have to take notes and, talk about it. Now I really, really do appreciate the pairing so much more. It makes sense. They're two, basically it's they're very similar people, but on the outside, and their experiences have been so different, But
it's still a trauma bond. Yeah.
She grew up just underprivileged, right? She just grew up it was destitute, sad upbringing. And he, on the other hand,
her mother sold her out literally.
But he grew up so privileged and and he had a loving family, and then for him all of that was taken away because of this lunatic guy. So I don't know. I think it's a really good pairing. I think they match really well. After his little BBQ night with his friend, he sees Toyoung. This is interesting. So they play a game of Go.
You know what I noticed? I was like, and this, when you were talking about how safe Korea is, it's so all of the pebbles were there from them to play the game. And I was like,
No one stole the pieces.
even I think in America, even like a squirrel would have took. Like, there's no way you would have been able to keep all of the pieces in that bowl. Like, there's no, unless they were tied down. There's no way that in the United States of America, all of the pieces to play the game would have stayed in the bowl. It just wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it's kind of sad if you think about it.
Because it's like, this is for everybody. So why do you find people
why
like,
are you taking it? Or like,
and sometimes,
why are you? Yeah.
And I feel like people wouldn't even think of like if it was theft. They'd be thinking of it like, oh, this is a fun memento. We were playing in the park, and I want to keep a part of this for yourself. And it's just like,
no, you don't need.
You
to take
leave
everything.
it there for other people.
Yeah, it's like you know how you go to like the national parks and they have signs like in Hawaii. They're like, please don't take the volcanic rock. Like, please leave it.
Please leave the rocks.
It's illegal.
But I love the conversation between them because Yeo-jeong confesses to being the one who taught.
Right, because this was cute. Do-young notices while they're playing.
They're playing, he's like, which honestly makes me want to learn how to play this game because it's just like it's like what there's like signature moves or something like
Girl, I can't
Mortal
even play
Kombat.
chess. I mean, we could try.
You can't play chess?
No,
I thought because you were out here playing these instruments, I swore you would have been able to play chess.
Oh, because no, I'm not that kind of smart. I'm not
funny.
strategic. I just know how to read notes and like I'm musical.
I love that Do-young is curious why Yeo-jeong is not stopping Dong-eun. If you really cared about her, you would stop her from getting revenge and spare her from living in the past. And then Yeo-jeong is like, but all the victims have, all they have left is their honor. And their glory and someone apologies other than they want revenge. But, it's about reclaiming the life and like that stopped at that moment. And I completely understand that because it's like if you've dealt with certain people who have hurt you, it's like things kind of grind to a halt.
Yeah.
In the moment you get hurt. And if you don't reconcile that or have a way to talk about it, then you stay stuck. Because Yeo-jeong is saying it's like Dong-eun's life stopped when she was 19.
Oh,
Because she was, this was years of abuse that they did to her. And so it's like when your life stops that young, so it wasn't just the one thing, it was all of the humiliation, then her mother just abandoning her. And then it's like, because once her mother abandoned her, she had to find a place to live that day.
She was working at the Jimjilbangs. She was making kimbap, and she worked at a factory. She did factory work. Like
she had to work at the places that would pay her under the table, where she could sleep in the back. She had to drop out of school.
It's
and you want me to tell her to not get revenge?
I know.
Bro, I'm gonna be in the back. I'm in the back. There's no way I could look at somebody who went through all of that and be like, you need to chill.
And then I understand where Do-young's coming from too, because that's valid too. It's like she's chased after this her entire life, and her life is like, is that worth it? And then this part was interesting. He goes, I want Dong-eun to be happy too, which I thought was interesting. So I think Do-young obviously, I think he feels guilt. Like, I don't think he's, like he is affiliated. He is married to this woman. So I think he feels guilt. And I think as he's learning more and more about his wife, he's like, oh, well, I can't, like, how can you not be on Dong-eun's side and help, like, and root for her, Right. Like, even if she's doing weird stuff too, to your, she's like showing up to your kid's school and like becoming your kid's teacher and all this weird stuff.
That's the other thing. She did get a job at your child's school. She did come looking for you.
Oh yeah, she did.
To take down your wife.
Is it weird? Is it weird stuff? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But obviously he can see where she's coming from, because once he found out who she was, he didn't call the school. Once he found out who she was, he didn't confront her.
Okay, so for this week's segment, we decided to do a Sarangees Hotline special. You want to do the song? One,
We decided to
two,
do
three.
Sarangees
Sarangees
Hotline.
Hotline.
There is, I think it was close. We'll just have to record it. Next time we're in person, we'll be in person. And so you can just drop it in like the cha-ching revenge receipt noise.
But we got comments through Sarangees Hotline about the glory, and we also got some emails as well. So we're going to take the time today to kind of go through that. So our first, we have one from Asia. So let me play this.
Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Dulcé. This is Asia. Instagram name is Good Lord Asia Ford. I just finished watching your episode 10 of The Glory, and while listening to you guys, I actually had a thought that I hadn't thought of before. Do you think Dong-eun's executioner became a plastic surgeon because he saw her scars way back then? Just a thought.
Would he have seen the scars though? Because she was always so covered up.
Yeah, she did. So remember that scene where they're in the hospital? You remember where she ends up at the hospital?
Where she
That's
ends
where
up in
he
the
sees it.
hospital, and that's when he. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what I
Oh.
think Asia's talking about. Is that first scene where they're in the
That's
hospital, he sees it. I think actually, I think so. I agree with Asia. I think
That makes
I had
sense to me.
mentioned this in one of the episodes too, but yeah, 100%. I think he saw it because I thought it was really interesting when he was revealed that he was a plastic surgeon. And I was like, huh. Because I remember when we first meet him, he was, I guess, like he was resident. What is it when the doctors, when they're first starting out, an intern? Yeah, when he was an
Yes.
intern, I think he was like trying to figure out what he wanted to do, and then he becomes a plastic surgeon. So yeah, I think
That makes sense. So he's been wanting to help her from the very beginning.
He was smitten from the
Oh,
beginning.
come on, smitten and smoten.
Okay.
Trying to get smoked.
Okay, so then our next call in is from Andrea. Okay.
Hey, girlies. Okay, so I've been watching the podcast and rewatching The Glory, and one thing that I think I caught, because you guys been talking about it, is the card, Myeong-ho's card, and how did Do-yeon get it. But we have to go back to when first Dong-eun was at the store and she first encountered Myeong-oh, and he gave her his card. So I do think that everything that Do-yeon has comes from Dong, and that's how they found the card, because Myeong-oh actually gives her the card when she gets, and then he tells her, like, you should get the shoes. They look good on you. And that's how she get the shoes as well. So, yeah, just wanted to call that out. Loving the Sarangees podcast and everything. It's incredible. Have fun, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dong-sang. Thank you. Thank you, Sarangi. So
I think that's a good point.
Myeong-oh's how she gets the shoes. And then Myeong-oh's how she gets
The card.
Do-young's card.
Yeah, because you remember we were like we were confused and we are like, I don't understand. Like this is but that makes sense because at the very first scene he does give her business card. Myeong-oh gives his business card to Dong-eun at Siesta. And that's the card that Do-young receives, I think, in like a quick delivery, maybe, right? So yes, it was Dong-eun. Because I think in one of the episodes we were confused. We were trying to figure out who was sending the evidence. Like we weren't sure if it was Dong-eun in the very beginning, right? Because it wasn't made clear. So yes, Dong-eun has planned everything out to a T. Okay.
Absolutely. The next thing we have an email.
Yes.
From Anon.
From anonymous. She wanted She wanted to remain anonymous.
Okay. Yes, so hello, my fave Nunas. Well, someone using Nuna. We know that it's not somebody saying Oni, so interesting. I'm so glad you guys are chasing this show. I think it's genuinely become my favorite K-drama ever. I rewatch it at least once a year. Wow. Okay. If there's ever a show I will sing its praises till I'm blue in the face, it's The Glory. Everyone came to work on this show. Actors, editors, wardrobe, everyone. Fantastic show. True. This show found me years ago when I was in an intense hustle moment of my life, sleeping on someone's couch trying to get some work experience to further my career. So I admit I'm emotionally bonded to it as well, but I chose well. Watching my main girl plan out her revenge so meticulously and have the foresight to anticipate the bully's actions was incredibly motivational and still is to this day. When I think of this show, I tell myself I don't want my goals hard enough. I need to get like her. But Dong-eun told her that she wasn't working hard enough. That's not in the email. I'm just saying that. That being said, I don't think she needed a love interest. She needed a weapon, but he was a close second. She needed support, and that's what Puppy Man was for her. Plus, he had money and access, which were a great combo to have in a man. Trust. Least they could do is be useful. Least they could do. Spy Auntie is my fave. She can do no wrong. I was surprised they dedicated such a long portion of an episode to her, but I wasn't upset, and we talked about that. We needed to see her satisfied and at peace over her child. I wish I was in the room with you as you watch this show. I have so many comments, but I'll patiently enjoy each episode breakdown. Thank you, Anonymous.
That was a lovely email. I love that. So we have the next email is from Tia. Hello, Chrissy and Dulcé. Love the podcast, watching all the way from the Caribbean.
Oh, wow.
I love it. I'm so excited that Chrissy convinced Dulcé to finally watch The Glory. I don't have much to say. Parentheses, I just finished the latest episode. Just that you shouldn't have too much hope in the husband. And Dong-eun. Outside of the revenge, I think there's another reason why she's not going to be tempted to get with him. When I watched it, I kept getting the feeling that he's not a good person, and I think that understanding that adds on to why she won't get with him. He's a very dismissive person and an awful husband. As we know, sometimes evil people do end up with evil people. Maybe not in the same level, but evil nonetheless. I do agree that she didn't need a romance. She needed to have a community of girlfriends. That being said, I'm rooting for a girl, and out of the villains, Jae-joong. And the next drama you should watch is Mask Girl. You guys will enjoy that one. Well, thank you so much, Tia.
Thank you, Tia. What's Mask Girl?
Mask Girl is on Netflix. It came out a couple years ago. I never watched it. I believe Hyun-nam is in that one as well, I think.
Oh, okay. So we have one last email from Rashida H. So first of all, I look forward to this podcast every week. Yay! Listen to the two of you as like chit-chatting with girlfriends after watching the show. Second of all, I'm glad you're reviewing The Glory. Out of all the K-dramas I've watched over the years, when it came out, it felt so fresh and unpredictable. That is correct. Shout out to Dulcé for doing it for the fans. I do anything for the Sarangees.
Everyone's so happy that
everybody's like, true. I was like, LOL. I appreciate perspectives on the writing, directing. One last thing, I started The Last Empress.
The one we just talked about, where it was like Dulcé's like, I couldn't get through it.
Based on your discussion, all episodes are on Netflix. They just combine the half-hour segments into an hour-long instead, so Dulcé doesn't need to look for them. Thank you for telling me. The show is insane. Honestly, it's so nuts. Part of me just wants to go back to it because it's like I have to figure out if she ever figures out like, oh, this is her homeboy who now has lost 150 pounds, is in shape, and has also gotten a whole new face. Like I honestly want.
I should watch it. I want to rewatch it too because I watched in the beginning, but then I dropped off. Like I don't know, maybe it was a little too much for me. But like it's in a weird way, it would be a fun one to do. It is, but it's not really a sageuk, so no. I was gonna say no. I don't know.
I think it's like a sageuk in the same way that like My Royal Nemesis is a sageuk, where it's
yeah. Okay, so the next scene, you see Yeon-jin, right? Her mommy's calling her, but she ignores it. There's paparazzi everywhere. They're chasing after her, right? She remembers Dong-eun telling her, hey, like, I have a ton of evidence on you, girl, And she was like, ugh. So she goes to Siesta, and she's like, looking around, trying to see what Dong-eun could have on her. But then she's like, you know what? There's nothing here. There's no way she has evidence on me, right? And then Gyeong-ran tells her, hey, by the way, Jae-joon knows about the hard drive. So, okay, so this part was a little bit confusing. So I just wanted to talk this through. So Hyun-nam goes to the shaman, okay? And then she gives this birth date that Dong-eun had given Hyun-nam, okay? And it's a 1987 birth date. and it's apparently Choi's birthday. I couldn't tell if it's really her birthday or like they were just doing this is like a ruse of some sort, but they basically ask for a reading, and the shaman clearly is like
A charlatan.
a charlatan. So, but I didn't understand why they did this. Like, what is this for? Right? And I was like, okay. And then you see Hyun-nam leaving. She bumps into Yeon-jin's mom, who has a piece of paper with her husband's information and his face. Okay, it's like a job application form. Okay, so Hyun-nam's like, oh, and then Yeon-jin's mom goes to the shaman and she's like, hey, can you dig some more things about this guy? And the shaman's like, why are you asking me all these things? Like, I already gave you information. What more do you want? And she's like, girl, I'm going to give you 1 billion won. Either I give him the 1 billion won or I give you the 1 billion won so you can help me like get rid of him, basically. Not rid of him, but like, I don't know, do a hex or something, or like, do something. Okay. So that was my main question was, I don't understand what this scheme is. Like, I don't know what they're scheming right now. Like, what's the plan? Like, why do they need Choi's birthday?
Because I think it's a way to spook Yeon-jin and her mom. Because I think they would have all of Sohee's vital information. So I think if someone's showing up saying her birthday, because didn't Hyun-nam say her name during the reading?
Mm-hmm. She said it was Hoi. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a way to spook the mom and to spook Yeon-jin.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, and then this scene. My God. So Yeon-jin confronts Hae-jeong. Okay, so Yeon-jin calls Hyun-nam and she's like, where's Hae-jeong? And Hyun-nam's like, oh, she's been staying at Chejun's house for a couple days. And now Yeon-jin is a little upset. She's a little I don't know if she's jealous, but she's pissed because he's not picking up her calls. And then you have this little hussy over there, spending the night with him. Okay. Then Hae-jeong feels confident enough in her relationship with Chejun, her new relationship. She breaks off her engagement with that ajashi, right?
Girl, crazy. The way this man done treated you for years, you really needed to keep ajashi in your back pocket.
Nuts. So she's like, I can't get married anymore. She said that she sent the ring by quick delivery. Just crazy. It's just so disrespectful. I can't.
Well, she sent the ring back, and that's the least disrespectful because she can't afford to replace it. So there was a lawsuit in America years ago, like if an engagement is broken off, who gives the ring back?
Who gets it back? The man?
So if the woman breaks off the engagement, she should give the ring back, right? Because some people sued over this. So what happens is we've created a verbal contract. You give me this ring, then we promise to marry each other, right? But if the person who receives the ring breaks off the engagement, they should give the ring back to the person who gave it to them because they've broken the contract. But if the person who gave the ring breaks off the engagement, then they are breaking their side of it. So it is at the discretion of the person who received it whether to give it back or not. So when I broke off my engagement, I gave the ring back.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. I forgot. You had mentioned this once before.
Don't worry.
I was like, what happened?
Don't worry. It was 20 years ago.
Okay.
And then the last time somebody asked me, he didn't even have a ring. So, ugh. But anyway, but she gets over there and she is shocked and appalled. I can say the way she walked in with so much confidence, you would have thought that was her husband. You thought it was her man's house.
You would think she was married to this man and she was about to, cuss out the mistress, which is
the other woman.
The other woman. It's crazy, okay? So Yeon-jin's like accuses her of working with Dong-eun, right? Because she was like, hey, do you know who owns that plastic surgery? Or you know who that plastic surgeon is? And she's like, no. And she's like, that's the son of Chu Hospital. And she's like, oh, really? I had no idea, What? And she really didn't know.
She didn't.
Right. So then she's like, I need to know what Dong-eun has ordered you to do. Okay. And then Hae-jeong starts mocking her. Hae-jeong's like sizing her up, being like, you have a lot of time in your hands to be coming here. And like,
Aren't you being accused of being a bully? Because isn't at one point, doesn't her job tell her not to come back? Or is that in the...
I think that's future. I think
Okay.
she's still working. I think
I
she's still
apologize.
working.
I apologize.
No, it's
I
okay.
apologize.
You're good. Yeah, I think she's still working. So this is interesting. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about. Okay, they had major translation issues. So
You got to call Netflix and tell these people you need to be on these translations because apparently you keep catching them.
well, it's just unusual. So, and I understand the intent. It's because it's probably hard to explain because there are idioms involved. So Yeon-jin says "kan 부었니?" So she's basically telling her to Hye-jeong, she's like, "Is your liver swollen?" So what that means is if you have like a swollen liver, bigger liver, you're courageous. It's like having guts. It's like, yeah, you got the guts now, right? So basically she's saying, hey, you used to be beneath me. Like I used to order you around and you're coming here acting like you're the boss now. So,
Right.
it's literally like, you've got some nerve, girl, And then Hye-jeong goes, do I need your permission to have a swollen liver? Like, do I need your permission to have the guts, right?
Right.
But then what they were translating, what I was reading on Netflix was, you better watch out. That's what she tells her. Girl, you better watch out. And then Hye-jeong goes, because I'm not under your thumb anymore. Or no, yeah, you better watch out because I'm not under your thumb anymore. And how dare you talk to me that way, right? Yeah, so
I can see
it's
it's more of a gist of a conversation. But what I do
Yes.
love sometimes is that like so when they have some stuff that's like very deep cut that there's no way to explain this. Like the show that a Phantom Lawyer show that I'm watching, it's like they had to explain something like it's like it's a custom that even if there was no way to get the gist of it, like talking about like talismans and stuff like that. Or it's just like what shamans would do.
It's hard to, there's not an
Right.
equivalent,
Especially on like the older dramas.
yeah.
If there's a phrase like this, then they'll give you like the translation of it. Like they'll do a literal translation and just go asterisk. Okay, this is what they're talking about. Like it's like sometimes like I like an idiom because I think idioms give you more of an insight into a culture and a people.
Yes.
Than just giving me just straight up what you think what you think I should be reading.
You know what's interesting too? I wanted to say the reason why I think I enjoyed this drama a lot, and dramas like My Royal Nemesis did this as well. Those writers, they kept a lot in like this drama for sure. The idioms, the phrases, these are things that like I told you last time. Like I grew up hearing my parents and my grandparents say. So to me, it's a lot more authentic. But like a drama like Dynamite Kiss, it didn't really have any of that. It felt very like it was too modern. So I feel like like the ones where it's a little bit more like traditional in that way, so we could learn more about the culture. I did appreciate this a lot, but I understand. But I think it would have been nice if the translator knew the meaning behind it, like the idiom itself, and said, oh, now you got the guts. I feel like the guts, do you have guts? I think that's
better.
the perfect, so and then there's other line where she says something like, how dare you talk to me that way, and they just say F off, and I'm like, that is two completely different things that they're saying. She did not say
I can
F
tell
off,
you as somebody who just reads people, I was like, that's not what she said. Like it was just something about her. I just was like, well, that was wrong.
Then we jump to the scene.
Your favorite scene.
I was like, what is it? When I first saw this, I was like, Jesus Christ. Okay,
because she's standing there and she goes, you're wearing his shirt.
And
then
I'm
she
like,
goes,
okay.
And then she goes, yeah. And then she takes off the shirt. And it's like, nice boob job. And I was just like, but you know what's so funny? Is that thank you for telling me that they were CGI, because I remember going, this is a weird boob job. It was like, because the titties it looked like somebody had put titties over a bra, if that makes sense.
Okay, by the way, I hate that word.
Titties?
I do not like titties.
I
I don't like the
understand
word tit. I don't know what it is, but like I've always preferred boobs. People don't like boobs. I've always liked boobs,
Boobs is
or I
fun.
say chest or boobs. Tits, but everyone says it though, and I'm like, ugh,
it's like I have a weird word for I have a word where I'm weird about. I understand what you're talking about.
it's just,
but
yes, the way it's like
they were
the
sitting,
shirt, like
but
the
also
shirt looks better on him, and she's like, huh? And I'm like, what? Great
And
figure. Beautiful figure. And I'm
gorgeous
like,
figure. But I
good for
also
her.
couldn't figure out, why is this happening?
Like, why did you need to, like, I'm sorry, but so in the writer's room, what, like, again, I think this is for shock value because I genuinely think this is like the first time I have never seen
No. A
breast
woman's
revealed
breasts?
in a K-drama. And I understand this is on Netflix, so this is their version of cable. While, I mean, obviously in Korean, like, movies, they do this, like R-rated
Yes.
movies, but
Yes.
I was like, oh, my jaw was just, it was on the floor. I was like, I was not expecting this.
I literally paused my TV. It was like, titties. Like, I was like, whose breasts are I couldn't. It was so funny. I couldn't look at the screen because
I know. I well, thank God it was just like a flash, and I was like, wow.
I almost rewound them, and I was just like, no. I'm not rewinding to see this woman's breasts again. But like, and then there was just something like a little wonky about them. So now that I know they're CGI, I'm like, oh, it's a little wonky.
Also, it's crazy that they CGI the boobs. I love it how that's in the fun facts in the Korean Wikipedia. They're like,
because
for this role, the actress had the CGI breasts. CGI was used to enhance her boobs.
But I also love the fact that it was just like, oh no, I don't do nudity. Those were computer boobs. Like, it was I love the fact because it's like now it's
Now with AI, I mean, oh Lord.
but they've been doing this it's like they've been putting boobs on stuff for years. So it's just like, is it, because like the thing about it, like if you throw, because also Yeon-jin ain't walking around with them breasts. So it was very much a flex because it was like, this
it
is a
is.
shift
It's
in
like
power.
it's like shut the up, bitch. Look
Right.
what I got. I
Look
got
what
your man.
I got
and
your
I
man.
got these.
I got these. I got your man, and I got these. And
Get
so
out of here.
you out here walking around, okay, with them little chicken cutlets you got, and there's pure turkey breasts over here, ma'am. Okay, you got these boneless whatever you got going on over here. Man, this is Thanksgiving morning, evening, whatever. This is Christmas. I am a boiled goose, girl. But it's a very interesting shift because now it's just like, you can't push me around. I took your man. And I think that was also a way to show Yeon-jin that Jae-joon was no longer on her side.
Right, and she said it. Hey, by the way, Jae-joon, it's not an accident he's not picking up your calls. He's ignoring your calls. He doesn't want to talk to you. And she's like,
yes.
And then you see her being all hoity-toity or like, she's haughty, right? And then like she walks off and she turns, but when she turns, you see her face change. And she's just like, F me.
Which, honestly, as an actor, I was like, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Because I can say all of this stuff when I'm looking at you. Mm-hmm. But as the world turns, she turned her head, and then it's like, and that's another one bites the dust. Mm-hmm. And I'm running out of allies. I'm running out of support because it was like, he was bottom. You see what I'm saying?
That was her ride or die. He was her ally. He did everything.
He was her
her lapdog. He was her lapdog. He did everything for her.
But also, you can't be ugly to the person who is your alibi for a murder you committed.
Who
they know you committed.
So this is where I feel like Yeon-jin and her mom, they're making all these like very like stupid mistakes. Like, why are you mean to the people working for you?
Ego.
Nuts. Okay, so then Hye-jeong goes to see Sa-ra, okay? Sa-ra, okay? Sa-ra is at the jail cell, okay? And that's where she tells her, hey, by the way, did you know that Yeon-jin betrayed you? She's out here. She's trying to cover up her scandal by using your scandal, right? So then Sa-ra's really upset, and you could see her. She's like plotting too, right? She's plotting behind the jail, the jail bars or whatever. Okay.
And jail with no shoes on.
Then really quickly, Dong-eun is at home, and she finds Yeo-jeong's knife collection. I would be like, what?
I'd have been like, oh, a hobby.
So then she finds the drawer full of the letters from the murderer man, right?
But it's like, but didn't he not open them? So did she sit up and open up all of these letters from this man?
Oh, no, he read them.
Okay, that's what I was making sure.
He read all of them. So no, she's reading them, and she understands, pretty rich boy, he really's gone through some stuff. So like, it's like, damn, he's harboring some resentments as well. He wants revenge as well. And then she's sad. Like, you know, this guy who's like really good to you. He's went through stuff too. She's human. So we see that. Then we see Yeo-jeong, right? He goes to the prison. So the reason why earlier he wanted the work certificate is because he wants to apply for a position at the prison that is currently holding the murderer, okay?
To go from a plastic surgery clinic in the shining nice neighborhood across from the real estate ajuma to a prison. Girl, what a time, what a time, what a time.
And then he goes and he and his friend are chatting and the friend's like, don't really understand why you want to work here. You know, like, what's going on?
But just trying to figure out what this is about, bud.
And he's like, by the way, and he's like, and everyone knows that your dad's murderer is here. So it's, you know, but then as they're chatting, the murderer sees him and calls his name. Okay. And they have a little mini showdown, okay? And basically, Yeo-jeong's just like, I don't understand how you can kill someone who helped save your life.
Which is a great question.
It is. It's a great question for a normal person, but this man is lunatic, crazy, sociopath. Right. He's like, what? He's like, whatever. You know, he's literally, it's like talking to a wall. You know what I mean? So then he's like, I promise to make your life a living hell. And then he leaves, okay? So now we see Yeo-jeong. He's plotting. Now, my question is, do we think this is healthy for our Yeo-jeong to be plotting like this?
He's doing the same thing Dong-eun's doing. What's the difference?
I guess so.
What's the difference?
I guess so. I mean, that's the whole point, right? Like, let's go back to this conversation with Toyoung. His life... Yeo-jeong's life stopped at whatever, I don't know, he was like 25.
But this is my question. Why is this showing up in episode 13? That means he only had 3 episodes to get revenge on this man. Yeah.
So do you think, would you have preferred it earlier?
Yes.
I mean...
Because it's so late now.
Pacing-wise, no, I don't think so. I think pacing-wise is kind of smart because it keeps like, it's basically a lot of it, like so much momentum was about Myeong-oh and the Myeong-oh stuff's stopping in this episode. So for me, pacing-wise, I think it's nice to introduce something for the final 3 because oftentimes we run out of stuff. I guess this has an opposite. This has a different issue, but most dramas kind of lose steam, remember, like at the end, the tail end. So I feel like this is probably to prevent that from happening.
Oh, they're trying to avoid a marry my husband situation. Right.
Yeah. So I think they need it, but I do like the fact because I think at this point, if it was your other drama, they would just add in like another meal kit thing.
Yep. You're like, oh my God, there's no more food. There's no more food. We have another slush fund?
Right.
Oh, does Musuhi have another kid? Yeah. So I see what you're saying.
Okay. So then... Police Detective Ajushi gets a call from the funeral home guy, right? The lottery shop owner. Yeah. And he's like, hey, the funeral home's been sold. You need to come and take care of the body, okay?
My question is, why did Detective Ajushi not just buy the funeral home?
Because I think that's a crazy move. And the only people crazy enough to do it is Dong-eun and Yeo-jeong.
Because he's getting enough money to have a house in New Zealand.
Would you want to buy a decrepit, like only a Looney Tune would want to buy a decrepit funeral
But
home.
It'll stop people from being able to buy it out from underneath you. So
I don't think it even crossed his mind that was an option. You know what I mean?
Probably not. Probably not. Because the owner's so hands off with it, they didn't need to do anything.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So... And of course, so we talked about this. We knew that Yeo-jeong and Dong-eun bought the lottery shop owner. So, you know, Yeo-jeong gets the call being like, oh, the police detective's going to remove the body, right? So he's like, okay, well, keep me posted when that happens. So then there's a very lovely scene because Dong-eun feels bad for Yeo-jeong. So she makes him food. And then she gives him a hug. She's like, do you think anything would have changed if we met under different circumstances? And he's like, it would have been the same. I would have still fallen for you. And then she hugs him, which I thought was very sweet. She makes the first move.
It's very cute.
Our ice princess has opened up. She is defrosting. She's melting.
Listen, we're excited for her.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. Again, the second time around, I'm like, okay.
Cause I was watching, I was like, all right, I'll give it to him. That's I can say the scene that really made me go, okay, I don't hate this casting as much, is when he confronts the crazy man in the jail.
He's a good actor.
Murderer.
He's
Yes.
a
Also,
good actor.
The murderer? Cute.
Fantastic. I mean, he's in a ton of stuff. He's done lead
Great
roles
actor.
now. Yeah.
Also
He's
just
so
like,
good.
I'll do shit.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It would look cute to me.
Okay, so then Dong-eun quits the school, calls her mom's like, you got what you wanted. You need to vacate the premises immediately. But then she sees Yeon and she says sorry to Yeon. She's like, hey, Yeon, I'm sorry. And she's like, I'm really like, if I feel bad about any of this, I feel really bad towards you. You know, which was sweet. You know, and then Yeon was like, sweet. What's happening?
But what she did also do was stop a man from being creepy towards her. And so that
she protected her.
is a blessing.
That's a blessing.
Because I think it's great that, I mean, we all knew that she was going to have to take out the Bob. But I just did not know that would be the way that the Bob would be taken out. So now Detective Ajushi is trying to blackmail Yeon-jin. And I did not think he had it in him.
Oh, he's fed up.
It's very interesting. And so he's working, the detective working Myeong-oh's case comes and visits Yeon-jin, right? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Who? What happened? And so, and then Yeon-jin later sees the detective and she's like freaking out. And then her mom is calling her at the same time, right? Yeah. And so it's a freak out. It's a freak out. It's a freak out. And he's like, oh, I'm retiring and moving to Hawaii. And he tries to tell her he's going to blackmail her the money, go to blackmail her to get the money to fund the retirement. And she was like, why would I
do that?
Why would I pay you? You ain't got no evidence. You can't blackmail me without no evidence. Who are you to come to me and be like, give me some money?
Oh boy.
To blackmail me, and he goes, oh, okay, cool, yeah, got it. Funny story. So, you know how you told me to bury Myeong-oh's body. Well, I didn't do it, and I put him in the biggest Ron Popeil Ziploc bag, vacuum sealed that man, and I never buried him, right? And so then... But this is what messed me up, right? Because I was like, okay, he's got this leverage. But then I remembered Dong-eun has a body, right? So it's like, give me the money. I got the body, right? And then we already know that he don't have the body.
He knows where it's at, but yeah, it's not. I guess what you're saying, it's not 100% guarantee that he has. It's not like he has the body in the car. It's
he
like
ain't got the body in the car. He told the lottery store owner to bury the body. So then I'm sitting up going, wait a minute, but the lottery store owner can't bury the body because he don't have the body either. So he's sitting up trying to blackmail this girl, and he actually has no leverage. She's actually right. And then as they're talking, the police get notified that Myeong-oh's body has been discovered.
Then that means Dong-eun and Yeo-jeong got to it earlier, and they dumped it.
They had to dump it because they're the ones that looked at the lottery store owner, and they were just in the morgue like, I see you have a body.
Last scene.
And this whole last scene was my girl wet moment. So Dong-eun calls her mom. And it's just like, hey, I quit my job and I'm coming by the apartment because you need to get out of the apartment.
Yeah.
Get out. Right? Because now she has no job. She can't even pay for it. And so she gets there and her mom is drunk and entertaining some man.
I think it's the guy. You know, she has a boyfriend because you always see them like, you know, when she was calling the parents. Yeah, she had so it's her boyfriend, and they're having barbecue. They're having the pork. Which that sound gets to,
Because as soon as she walks in, the boyfriend goes, I'm out. And
putting my pants back on. I think he was putting his pants on. I was like, ew.
And then the mom accuses her of trying to steal her boyfriend.
I was like, I don't saw your mom.
Which is wild. And then she She accuses her trying to steal her boyfriend, and then wishes that she had, aborted her, which is insane. It's just like you've picked everyone but her, and then Dong-eun yells out that like, I'll never forgive you. You were my first enemy.
Yeah.
And you were the first person who betrayed me. And we flash back to the mom signing the form with some random boyfriend she had at the time.
Yep.
And just completely selling her out.
Mm-hmm,
Honestly, the acting of this actress,
amazing. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but someone in our comments said that the lady passed away. She did. The actress passed away like 2 years ago, right? Like a year after the drama came out. Yeah. She was young.
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It's so sad. But yeah, she's brilliant in this. Just like,
She's
you
absolutely
want
amazing.
a shit mom? My God. Like, she's genuinely evil. Like, the way this scene was just so like, I mean, they did both. They were amazing, and like both actresses were amazing. But just Dong-eun, like her saying, "You don't even realize you were my first. Like you were the one. Like you were my first enemy. You're the first person who betrayed me." That line, I'm just like, oh my God, just
Because
stabs
it's
me in
never
the heart. Just oh my God.
Because this is the person. It's just like, even murderers love their children, right?
Yeah.
But when she noticed this weakness in her daughter, because the sound of the pork makes her have like a mental, because this is the second time you see the sound of like sizzling meat make her kind of like, because the first time where it's when she's at the mechanic shop.
And she's having a low-key panic attack right now, because remember last time she had a panic attack? So she's panicking and her mom's like laughing like a hyena, and she tells her, she's like, you need to stop laughing. And then the mom's like, what are you going to do if I don't stop laughing? Like it's terrifying.
So that when she throws the barbecue grill and this fire starts, and then she grabs her mom's legs and she's like, say you're sorry, beg me to forgive you. And it's just like, forgive you for what?
Yeah. Like what did Dong-eun do to you, Ajuma? Like this is crazy.
She's laughing and then she's crying, and then she thanks her mother for not changing.
Yeah.
And she's like, and she's doing exactly what you wanted her to do.
And then that's when she says that line, the camera pans up to the secret camera that she's recording. So this was all part of Dong-eun's plan. She knew, like she's anticipated everyone else. She anticipated her mom to act like this. I don't know if she knew that her mom was going to put the apartment on fire, but this is great.
I thought when she was in there dancing like Rumpelstiltskin with this apartment on fire, the first thing I said was, real estate Ajuma doesn't need this. Real estate Harmony don't need this.
I know, poor real estate. I mean, I'm sure they have really good insurance. I feel like she's buttoned up like that.
Real estate Harmony got insurance from that you've never even heard of. You understand? You could have a thought in that place and there's coverage for that. Like, there's no way she's not getting this fixed up.
So at first I thought she was really sobbing and like begging her mom. Like I thought she was kind of like, because she's having a panic attack, I thought she was giving in to her mom because she was holding on. You can't really see her face. But when she looks up, you see that she's crying, but she's also laughing. So I was like, oh, dang. I was like, oh, dang. Let's go. And she's like, ha, 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 I got you. Thank you, Mom. Like this scene, I think this is it's a climactic scene of the episode, but I also think for the series, like, you have a couple of like unforgettable moments. I think this has to be so far. I'm like, damn, like they went there
dancing around like Gollum. Yeah, it was insane.
Okay, so that's a revenge receipt, the camera recorder, right? Because that she's gonna use that evidence, that footage for something. So couple questions, okay? Do we think Yeon-jin is worse than her mom, or is her mom worse than Yeon-jin?
Oh, is what her mom did to her worse what Yeon-jin did to her?
Yeah. So if we had
absolutely.
Yeah, right?
Absolutely, because here's the thing. It's once she left school, Yeon-jin couldn't hurt her anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Her mother keeps looking for her to continue to hurt her and take advantage of her, because Yeon-jin being like Dong-eun being tortured by Yeon-jin and the cronies is how her mom got her first payday.
Yeah.
And so remember, she says to them, and because everyone just expected her, because like Yeon-jin says, I just expected you to marry some awful man and have some kids and go on about your life, right? And I think her mom probably expected her to do the same thing. But the fact that she found a way to overcome all of these things and she's become successful, because if she would have ended up like her mom, drunk all the time, her mother wouldn't come looking for her.
Yeah.
Also, her mother would probably know where she is, because she would probably know, if you're doing drinking or drugs like that, a lot of times you're in the same circles, especially if you're still in the same town. So her mother would know where she is. So the fact that she had the audacity to be successful even after this awful thing that happened to her mother keeps betraying her and keeps hurting her.
Yeah.
If she had not shown up, she would have never seen Yeon-jin ever again in her life.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I think because I think the drama itself, you never forget Yeon. Obviously, Yeon-jin's the main character, right? So that's why you don't forget about what Yeon-jin done. So I think it's kind of imprinted in our minds that like she is the true villain of this story, and she is. But I also think that, like you're saying, I think her mom is just as much or more as a villain for Dong-eun. You know,
like
because
she said, she's her first enemy. You're my first enemy. Not the one that you betrayed. Not just so much that she betrayed her, but that she was her first enemy.
Yeah. So I think it's the female figures in this poor girl's life, like, oh my god, the women are kind of nuts in this drama. It's sad.
The writing is great.
I guess my other question is, do we think she wants to, like, how do we think Dong-eun wants to punish her mom? Do you think she wants to kill her? Or do you think she wants to toss her into prison?
I think the only way you can, I just had the word, neutralize the mom, is to get her locked up.
Yeah.
Because she can't come looking for you if she's in a room with 4 other women barefoot.
I don't think she's not strong, but like, what's the word?
She's not ruthless, and that's the
she's
thing.
not ruthless enough to like kill her
told
mom.
her before, you don't have the teeth.
Yeah,
you're not revenging like you supposed to revenge.
Yeah.
So like, if we tally up the revenge receipts for this episode, right?
Yes.
It's Jae-joon hears the Myeong-oh recording, and he gets the hard drive with nothing on it.
Yeah. So he knows about that. Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't wiped. So it was like there's those 2 revenge receipts. Then Gyeong-ran's locked in silence.
Yeah, so she knows like, all this stuff, but she's keeping her mouth shut. Okay.
Don't say nothing. Just zip it. Sa-ra learning that Yeon-jin sold her out.
So I think that's an interesting, I don't think we mentioned it in the episode, but I wrote that down because I think that is something that she's going to be able to use. You know what I mean? Like that's, if she learns about it. Yeah.
Because Yeon-jin reveals Sa-ra's tax fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, as a way to just, so she really does reveal. So this isn't Dong-eun. Because like, I thought it was Dong-eun revealing the tax fraud, and then she told Hae-jeong to tell Sa-ra that it was Yeon-jin.
I thought it's just Yeon-jin doing it. Or maybe not. Actually, maybe it's not. Maybe Dong-eun is just going crazy. We'll see. We'll learn.
And then obviously the camera recording.
Yes.
The mother's arson of this apartment, because that is.
Yes.
Truly. I was sitting in my house going, this can't. So these are the episodes that had me up till almost 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, what? She burned down the apartment. I was like, I got to go to bed. She burned down the apartment. Harmony. Real estate Harmony didn't need this. Real estate Harmony doesn't need this. And so that's the one that had me up. And I think when it gets to like the middle of 14, I was just like, I got to go to bed.
So I'm pretty sure the next 14, 15, 16, I think 14 and 15 are batshit crazy from what I remember. They have to be. And I think 16 is probably a little crazy, but you know, they have to wrap it up. So it's not going to be as crazy, but
there still has, because we still have to have time for the physical altercation.
There needs to, something's going to happen. But I just remember, from what I remember when I finished this, I was very satisfied.
Okay, because it's been a while since I've been very satisfied for watching a drama.
I think I was. I didn't leave it being like, oh, like it wasn't like it. Again, I may be completely wrong, but I'm looking forward to it, and I think, and hopefully things won't change. And I don't know, I have people booked, but we're gonna have guests in the next 3 episodes. So,
and I'm very excited.
Yes.
We have a favorite coming back.
Yes.
The kids.
No names revealed.
No names revealed, but we have a favorite coming back.
Yeah.
You know, you love this person, and we're very excited to have this person back on the pod.
Well, that was our episode this week.
13. And so
13.
we're going to be back next Wednesday. Thank you to the Sarangees for calling and sending your emails in. We're going to be back next Wednesday to chase the 14th episode of The Glory. And so my question is, mi pregunta, what do you think of the pod? Submit your questions, thoughts, prayers, rants, or whatever at chasingkdramas@gmail.com, or call us on our what? Sarangees hotline. That's so close. At 213-632-6865 and leave a message. And we'd love to hear from you directamente. And be sure to follow us on our socials and subscribe and follow us on all of the things. You know, the YouTube, the Spotify's, and the Apple. There's always a follow and a subscribe button on the bottom. I don't know where they are. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. And so tell your favorite K-drama addicts about us. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you for the next K-drama chase. Sarangees!
Chasing K-Dramas is hosted and executive produced by Dulcé, Sloan, and me, Chrissy Choi. I edit the audio and video, and our production is led by Thomas Yuen from TY Media and Go Get 'Em Productions. Our artwork is designed by Screen. We're an indie podcast, and we're always looking for fun partnerships. If you're a brand that's interested in sponsoring our chases, or if you're a fan who just wants to stay in touch, please check out our website at chasingkdramas.com.